Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio where I've practiced for more than 30 years. And San Antonio has really grown since I started practicing law. The risk of injury in a car crash today is greater than it's ever been because every day we're forced to share our roads with 80,000-pound 18-wheelers and some truly dangerous drivers. If you or a family member is injured in a car crash, know this. The insurance companies are mobilized against you. They have highly trained adjusters and a long roster of attorneys with one job: pay as little as possible. Their techniques are extensive, and I believe you have zero chance of obtaining a fair recovery on your own. If you're involved in a car crash, you need to hire an attorney as soon as possible after the collision and before you speak to the insurance company's adjusters. Now, I do not have a comic book nickname. I do not call myself the Law Eagle, the Tiger Lawyer, the Law Chupacabra. I think the practice of law needs to be taken more seriously. If you've been injured, call me, Jason Thompson, for a free consultation. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyerforus.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Big day at the trade deadline, especially for the Dallas Cowboys, as they pulled a whopper of a trade, getting one of, if not the best interior defensive lineman in the NFL, an all-pro defensive tackle Quinnen Williams from the Jets, in exchange for a 2026 second, the higher of their 2 first-round picks in 2027, and defensive tackle Mozzie Smith. They also acquired Cincinnati Bengals linebacker Logan Wilson for a 7th.
If you smoke, take it outside.
This is Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Rock and roll! The Texans win it!
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That ball is history. A walk-off home run.
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge.
Welcome into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I am James Pledger. Appreciate y'all joining me, however y'all may be joining me, whether that's on 94.1 on your FM dial, if you happen to be locked in live listening at sasportstar.com via our AA Best Bail Bonds audio player, or if you happen to be watching live on YouTube. That's right, we stream all of our shows on YouTube. Just go there, search SA Sports Star on YouTube. Go ahead, like, subscribe. You can comment along with the shows as they happen, whether that's here on Extra Innings with Pleasure in the morning, on the Morning Huddle, or The Blitz with Jason and Joe from 2 to 7, by the way. Happy birthday, Joe Reinagel. Let's get him a vote yes on props A and B for his birthday and get that thing through to get the Spurs a new arena as we continue here on The Blitz. And we talk about, or as we continue here on Extra Innings with Pleasure, and as we talk about it, I'll keep you up to date with that. At 7 o'clock, we have got the college football playoff first rankings coming out. Who's in, who's out, as we sit so far right here with just a few short weeks left in the college football season. That is right, because you see things like Oklahoma in the AP poll ranked ahead, and then you saw Florida moving up despite losing earlier in the year. The AP poll is a flawed system with people who don't pay close enough attention to the sport. Does that change? Does the way the rankings go change with the college football playoff ranking system, and how does that stack everything up? And will Indiana continue to be disrespected in these polls? It's going to be very interesting to see how all that plans out. But as you could tell, if you are watching live on our YouTube channel, I appreciate it by the is. If you're not, go there at SA Sports Star on YouTube. You will see that today I was feeling a bit nostalgic, and I threw it back. Or you can check any of my social medias at I Am Pledger. I threw it back to a time that I remembered as a kid in 1996, the last time the city of San Antonio hosted an NBA All-Star game. And I was a kid. I was a sophomore in high school. Jason Kidd was my favorite player growing up, even as a Rockets fan, because I love point guards, passing point guards at that. And Jason Kidd was one of the best dime droppers in the NBA at that time. coming out of Cal, coming into the NBA, and his early years in the NBA, co-rookie of the year with Grant Hill. Like, I was a huge Jason Kidd stan throughout my entire life. So, NBA All-Star Game was here. I wanted to go. While I was there, I got this awesome throwback jersey, Jason Kidd, NBA All-Stars, San Antonio edition, the one with the chili pepper. That's right. I got it, as you could tell, on our YouTube channel. And man, I'm remembering what it was like to be in that moment, right there, downtown, just city of buzz downtown, doing it was the above the rim, the 3-on-3s tournaments that were down there, getting a team together, playing in those. Yeah, Brent Berry in the dunk contest, as Gilbert P brings up. But just, I'm talking about the vibe within the city, coming from Canyon Lake out in Smiths Valley, going downtown, buying this jersey, just everybody that was downtown chilling, catching glimpses of different stars, just the entire feeling surrounding downtown and what that was like as a kid for me, and just such a core and vivid memory within my head, and seeing just the spectacle that was. And you get a lot of that when you get Final Fours and stuff like that here. But those things aren't going to be here anymore unless there's renovations to the Alamo Dome and stuff like that. And if we get a new downtown arena, that will also give you the opportunity to host another NBA All-Star Game, which you couldn't at the Frost Bank Center because you shared it with the rodeo, and the rodeo always happens during the NBA All-Star break. And I think so many kids have missed out on the opportunity to be able to have this as a core memory, adults even. It's such a fun time to just go downtown and be a part of these big events, whether it's a Final Four. And I've been to multiple Final Fours downtown, and the city is a buzz. Now, do I love the cost of Uber rides at that time of year? No, but I understand what it is. It's just so much fun. And what say you, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. I see y'all on the phone lines. Hang there for a sec. I will get to you as you call. But, I mean, there were a ton of great memories had as a kid just because of the ability to host something like that. So you've got a little less than an hour left. If you haven't voted, go vote. Make your voice heard. Props A and B. I voted yes. I will let you know right now, I hold no bones about it. There are a lot of props and state legislators on this ballot that I was not prepared for. I voted on what I understood. There were some that I did not understand, that I abstained from. And there was another I abstained from because it was about Converse and Judson ISD. And I don't live in Converse. I shouldn't have a say in what happens with Judson ISD. That is not my school. That is not where I live. That is not my school district. So I abstained from that as well. But I do believe to make your voice heard and everything that you understand. Don't vote just because it says vote, but vote informed. Vote on what you believe in once you get the facts in. And what we know about Props A and Props B is there's money coming from the state that can only be used on venues like this and convention centers and stuff like that. It is a tax, yes, but it is a tax. There's a tourism tax that falls on the Riverwalk. It's the same tax that paid off the Alamo Dome in a single year. You collect rent on this venue. The Spurs are chipping in on this venue despite all of that. All of these things, when you look at across and take Steve Ballmer and the Clippers out of this, because he paid for that arena, and that is something that he did not want to share that arena anymore with crypto, and he built his own because he had to, because the city of Los Angeles wasn't going to pay for it. but he didn't want to leave LA. There's a difference there. Look at the other teams that tried to play this game, whether it's Seattle, whether it's Oakland, whether it's you name city that has lost team and not gotten one back and are still struggling to get said team back. Houston lost the Oilers. Took a guy like Bob McNair to come into town to bring the NFL back to Houston. It is important to make your voice heard, to keep things like this that benefit the city in more ways than just millionaires, billionaires. Look at Oklahoma City passing a sales tax that affects all citizens by a 90% margin because they know what the alternative is. And if Oklahoma ever loses the Thunder, they're likely not getting a team for a very, like if you think Seattle's had to wait a while for a team, Oklahoma City ain't getting one if they ever lose the Thunder. And they passed that going away. And they only chipped in $50 million. The Spurs are chipping in half the cost of the arena, $500 million, plus another $1.5 billion in the surrounding entertainment district that's going to be built. Oh, plus they're going to take care of all cost overruns because these things always run over cost. Those are big investments by a team to a city, and investments into something that can bring so much more to this city. Think of the Spurs when they're downtown, when they're around. With Wemby on TV, you see cutaways of downtown. You see cutaways of the Riverwalk. They're not cutaways of the Frost Bank Center. But it drives tourism and revenue and infrastructure. And with all of that, it just pumps more money into that area, which allows more funding. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Welcome into Extra Innings with Pledge. What's going on, my man?
Hey, I'm thinking about back in the day in the 96, and honestly, even the most recent as the Spurs winning the finals in 14 and the advance that's going in the Fiesta. Just think about April, Spurs playoffs again, Fiesta in town. The energy in downtown is going to be massive. It's only good for the city, man. Just wanted to share that with you.
I appreciate it. And like I said, I woke up this morning because of the vote. I saw this in my closet and just feeling nostalgic and remembering the times from when I was a kid, when I was a sophomore in high school, and I went downtown for that All-Star game and the feeling it brought, and the fact that we haven't had an All-Star game since because of where the Spurs moved and who they were sharing that building with and their inability to be able to host big events like this. I mean, we already know because of the Final Fours and everything that they host that people love San Antonio as a host city for big events because of how close everything is. It's kind of like Indianapolis. Everything's close to downtown. Everything's easily movable. You can walk. You can do what you have to do to get to places. Having an arena downtown like that in which you could potentially, you would be at the top of a list for getting a NBA All-Star game again. You get the renovations done to the Alamo Dome. Not only are you going to continue to get Final Fours, but you also have the potential to host college football playoff games because the Alamo Dome, as currently constructed, not beneficial for stuff like that. But if you give it a facelift and upgrade it and the facilities inside with suites and seating and capacity, all of a sudden you turn into Hard Rock, you turn into Glendale, you turn into Houston, you turn into Dallas, you turn into Pasadena, you turn into a place that can become one of those places that when it gets into the rotation for the college football playoff, that your city can now host for one of those massive events.
You're right on all that, Pledge. I couldn't say any better than you just said right now.
I appreciate the phone call, my man. Well, you're welcome to call back anytime.
I appreciate you.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. We'll keep it going real quick. Patrick, welcome into Extra Innings with Pledge. What's going on, my man?
Hey, thanks for my call. Just want to say, I'm a longtime Spurs fan, grew up here in San Antonio, and I currently work downtown, and I think it's a great place for the Spurs to be. Back in the 90s when we played at the Alamo Dome, it was electric. I know the Dome wasn't really made for basketball, but it really, the city, then when we moved out to the Frost Bank Center, and it really, took the wind out of our sails. I'm a big, proponent of Prop B, Prop A, the Alamo Dome. I just wanted to kind of get it out there. I watched the Spurs since I was a kid in the arena, Hemisphere Arena. And I think, I'm really hoping they stay. I voted for it, obviously.
Yep.
And more people do the same thing. You got 45 minutes. You don't want the Spurs leaving because they will leave. We don't do that. Look at Seattle. Look at, like you said, look at Seattle. Oakland. Houston. The cities will take them. Nashville's looking. Vegas could look for them. So let's. San Antonio needs to really step up.
And think about it. Even looking at Dallas. Dallas didn't want to build a new stadium for the Cowboys. So what did they do? They went to Irving. And then after they went to Irving with Texas Stadium, they went even further out to Arlington. They will move. And Austin's not out of the question.
That's a great point. Yeah, you're definitely right about that. Austin could be a place they go, and that would really put a damper, in San Antonio. They left Seattle, the Supersonics, but they still have pro teams there. We don't have pro teams when they leave. We have nothing here.
Exactly. We will become Oakland.
Exactly, and we don't want to be Oakland. We want to be
nobody wants to be Oakland.
No, absolutely not. A great, vibrant downtown. I've worked downtown for years, and I got to tell you, man, when people are downtown enjoying themselves like the Final Four, it really brings a lot of focus on the city. The city leaders are doing a great job with that. And I think, I'm just hoping that, the citizens get out there and hopefully they vote it, because right now we're probably too late now to be hoping they vote. So
and I'll tell you what, man, and I appreciate the phone call, Patrick. You can call back anytime. And I'll tell you what, I look at the Frost Bank Center, and it's great for its purpose and the rodeo and everything that it could potentially be for that moving forward. As a venue, it leaves me wanting, because whether I'm going to a Spurs game, whether I'm going to a concert, no matter what I'm doing, I'm not looking to hang around the Frost Bank Center. I'm not. And that is a detriment. Where if you go downtown, you go to a Spurs game, maybe you go into the entertainment district afterwards. And this is the best part of these entertainment districts that nobody talks about, because you look at, let's take the Deer District up there in Milwaukee, what they built around their facility. Remember during their playoff run, during their championship run, you saw it just filled with people. That is a place for people that don't have tickets to the game to go and celebrate and watch the game with people of like mind, so that when the game does end, you're still a part of it. In a sense, you're still there. You're still celebrating. You're still cheering on your team. And when the game ends and those people pour out from the stadium, they're pouring down into a place that is already lit and celebrating because you were there throwing down for your team in the bar district. And that's what those types of facilities help to do, is to help build around it. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Fred, what's going on, my man? Welcome to Extra Innings.
Not much, man. Not much. This is Fred C. Hey, man, I'm enjoying your show. Hey, I'm hoping it passes, because the last time I went to the Alamo Dome when the Spurs played, we went downtown and celebrated. Win or lose, we still want to celebrate. Downtown's a perfect place for this. Can you imagine during the holidays, if a team comes out here to play during Christmas and downtown is lit up with Project Marvel or whatever they want to call it nowadays? But we need this in order to grow and in order to compete. And if we want the NCAA tournament basketball to come again, or the All-Star game, or a rotation in the championship football game for the NCAA, we need this. Whether people believe it or not, that don't or against it, they need to open their eyes up. Say, hey, we need to progress. If we don't progress, we're going to get old. This town's going to become, like the other gentleman said, like Oakland. We're going to become like a ghost town. We're not going to have no sports team. We definitely need this. I voted early. I came into town to vote early, and I voted yes. And
yep.
I'm a Spurs follower. I don't have a favorite basketball team. I do follow the Spurs a lot. Let me tell you. Even there in the early 70s when they played in the ABA, I remember watching Julius Erving when he came into town.
Yep.
I mean, come on, we need this. I mean, at one time we were the loudest arena in the NBA, but we need to get that title back. And people out there listening, we need to vote. It's the only way people are going to hear us speak, by voting. Pleasure, keep up the good work. I enjoy y'all's show, and keep up the good work, buddy.
I appreciate you, Fred. Appreciate you very much.
No problem.
Your call back anytime. Those of y'all on the line, Martin, Kelly, I see y'all there. Just hang on. We're going to take a quick break, pay some commercial bills. When we come back, we'll come back to your phone calls. More on this. Plus, earlier this morning on the Morning Huddle, Shea Serrano joined to talk about not just this, but his upcoming book as well, The Expensive Basketball. We're talking about it all coming up right here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Last year, we bought over 54,000 cars from your friends and neighbors at GiveMeTheVin.com. Why did they sell us their cars? It's because you're worth more and your car's worth more. I know that, and you know that. That's why I created GiveMeTheVin.com. It's the fastest and easiest way for you to sell your car for more money when it's time to sell. I'm sitting here waiting on the other end of GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames, because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster, which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You know, I make decisions every day, but the easiest ones I've been making for the last several weeks are Dak Prescott. The more Dak is riding the wave, and I've been with him on Prize Picks, and being right can get you paid, especially when you're doing it on the weekly. Prize Picks has everything you need to have some fun on all your favorite games. If you like winning, you like to know what you're doing, Prize Picks is your answer because you can do the research and you can go out and win. And it's so simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 players and you can get up to 2,000x on your money if you pick right. Now, they offer stacks is what I love. And you can pick the same player in up to 3 different venues and play them in the same lineup. And you can only find this at Prize Picks. That's why I go there every day. You want to know another reason? Alamo. Remember the code Alamo and you get $50 in lineups if you play your first $5 lineup. That's Alamo. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 in lineups. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over those beautiful icy balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu that's second to none. And Twin Peaks hand-stretched flatbreads, oh, they're coming out hot. Close out your night with our favorite flatbreads. They're available during the late night hours, Sunday through Thursday for only $8. That's only from your favorite lodge, Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and those scenic views.
94.1.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I appreciate all y'all, both online at SA Sports Star on our YouTube channel, chiming in there, and all the support to run for mayor. That's awesome. But I also appreciate all y'all that have also taken the time to call in. As a matter of fact, our phone lines are loaded. So let's go ahead and get to them first in, first off. Martin, what's going on? Welcome into Extra Innings with Pleasure, my man.
You know, it is sad that San Antonio City was also the surrounding cities around them. Almost 2 million people can pass a bond to get a new stadium for the Spurs. Because if y'all lose them, that's it, you know. I don't know. I'd rather be in Austin than San Antonio. San Antonio, I don't know. It's gonna be it's on a decline. It reminds me of Corpus Christi. And another thing, way to go, Cougars, right? And basketball.
They go. I'm aware, man. I remember all Final Four run.
They're gonna do it this year. They finally got a big man. They got a McDonald's All-American.
I appreciate it, man. We'll keep an eye on Calvin Sampson's squad, Martin.
You know what's going to happen. Okay, you have a great day, sir.
You too. And I appreciate that, but I also appreciate the fact, like, you talk about Corpus Christi, and it is what it is, but I will say the 2 million plus surrounding, you look at Austin and all the infrastructure that is going on up there, all the renovations they're doing, everything they're adding to Austin. San Antonio can be that. San Antonio, and there's a reason April and Sarah and these business owners are all so pro props A and B, because they see the future of what San Antonio can be, because you think of downtown and the vibrancy and creating things like this and an atmosphere. It makes people want to come here. Makes people want to move their business here. And if you lose something like the Spurs, I don't know if you have the same draw to the Toyotas and the other places that want to move factories here and become a part of this city. As a matter of fact, I think can have the opposite effect. And that is a very, very dangerous game to play when you're talking about trying to bring infrastructure in versus watching it leave. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Callie, welcome into Extra Innings with Pleasure. How are you doing, man?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm always good. How are you?
So what I'm thinking is same thing everybody else is saying. But those of us that are from here, 85, 88, et cetera, high school, et cetera, it's just a big, small town. So let's start being a big town. Let's start being a city. Let's start getting shit done. I mean, look at Boston. It's so awesome when you go to Fenway, right? The whole town, it's all around that. To your point, entertainment center. This is what we need. It creates jobs. It brings people here. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. And I think the polls are closed, but if they're not, go
you
freaking
got 30
vote
minutes.
Yes. There you go. Go vote yes, people. I mean, if you don't like it, then move.
If you want to go to a small town, go to a small town. This is one of
That's
the,
right.
we keep hearing this is the 7th biggest city in the United States. It's time to start acting like that.
That is exactly it. I mean, Houston, look at that. I mean, Regency Park, it's awesome. The whole thing, we can have the same exact thing, attract more and more venues, more and more conventions, more and more everything. But we can't do it unless we put our money up. You got to spend money to make money. And it's not even costing us, to your point, the locals. So what a better deal. That's all I got.
I appreciate it, Kelly. Thank you so much for listening. Call back anytime.
Thanks, pleasure. Bye-bye.
And she's right. We got to start putting our money where our mouth is. You got to spend money to make money. And the best part is we're not even spending our own money. We're spending the people that come to visit us money. It doesn't even cost us. That's the best part. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. We'll keep it going. Ethan, welcome into Extra Innings with Pledge. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm always good, my man. What's happening?
Great. Yeah, I don't think I can hammer home the point enough. I mean, you guys have said it. I think I've been here since 2006, and this city has always had the motto, give it 5 more years, give it 5 more years. Well, I think our time is finally now, and I think if the city doesn't get out and pass this proposition, I think we've made a big, big mistake. Second point would be, I don't know what UTSA has planned, but let's not forget they do play in that Alamo Dome.
Mm-hmm.
So to bring to hurry up the Alamo Dome and actually make it a place worthy of our local university. I mean, granted, there are multiple universities here. I'm a UTSA alum, so you can kind of you can pin me as that. But the recruiting that it will bring, I think, is a great opportunity for the city. So, I mean, I think the money's worth it. I think we should invest it. I think we should step up as a city. Actually, I'm on my way to the polls as we speak right now. So get out there, San Antonio. Let's pass this prop.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate the phone call, Ethan. And he's right. Get out there, make your voice heard, and think about what improvements to the Alamo Dome can do for UTSA. We talk about facilities everywhere, and the facilities they do need at UTSA, but having an updated stadium, having the ability to have that as your front door for recruiting visits, that would be massive. I know it's off campus, but it would do a lot. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Favorite of mine, Dean. Guess he couldn't wait long enough. He probably had something. Maybe he was going to vote. That could have been it. But Dean, fellow Houstonian transplant like myself, was big on getting this done as well, as he told me during the break as we were getting ready. And look, I'm from Houston. People know the Rockets are my team. I support San Antonio. I don't hate the Spurs. I like the Spurs. And I think they are in a great position to move forward and become what they were for 2 decades with Duncan and Manu and Parker. And they've got the floor built, but it's time to put a roof over that house. And part of that roof is this stadium, the downtown district, and bringing the Spurs back home downtown where they belong. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. More. Plus, Shea Serrano, one of San Antonio's finest, author, coming in earlier this morning on the Morning Huddle. We'll bring you that next as we continue here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
George Gets Justice. After an accident, a lot of people think they can't afford a lawyer. They're already stressed, hurting, or maybe out of work, and the last thing they need is a big retainer fee to get help. But here's the truth. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, you only pay if they win. Real help is within reach. Right now, call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George Gets Justice. GetGeorge.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Football season is in full swing. Jason Minix here from the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. It's November. Games matter, and you know they all matter when you're playing on Underdog, and it's certainly more exciting. And playing on Underdog is easy. Best place to get in on all the action. Make your picks and win money right now in Texas. Just go higher or lower on predicted stats. Passing yards, receiving yards. With Dak and a CeeDee Lamb at George Pickens, I'm always looking at the hires there. You can even go with some defensive stats like sacks for a Micah Parsons. Get your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Download the Underdog app today. Sign up with promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/lev/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Have pain? Have chronic pain, low back pain, knee pain, neck pain, or shoulder pain? I can help. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we get to the root of your pain. We don't just give pain medications. We do the proper investigation to see what is the root cause, and it's covered by your insurance. Reduce your medication, avoid surgery, and get rid of pain for good. Call for your free evaluation. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, where we get to the root cause of your problem. 210-468-1891.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 2:30, the Aggies take on the Missouri Tigers. Presented by Just Pots. Pregame at 1:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 941 FM, sasportstar.com. Appreciate all y'all for tuning in, listening as we were talking on KSAT. I saw our fine mayor, Gina Ortiz-Jones. And it looks like she's doing some good stuff on there. She was talking about people that are losing SNAP benefits and potentially being able to apply through the city to get benefits that they're losing through the government. So that would be extremely, extremely cool, especially with how many people are affected by this. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. We'll get into the NFL trade deadline, the massive moves that the Dallas Cowboys made. But first, earlier this morning on the Morning Huddle, Shea Serrano, our very own, joined the Morning Huddle to discuss, well, props A and B, new facilities, and more as it pertains to the NBA.
All right, Rob. We looks like we've got a guest on the line here. Yeah. Expensive Basketball is the book. Let's go to the Buyer's Barricade guest line and bring on Shea Serrano. Good morning, good sir.
What's going on, my boys?
Hey, Shea, this is one of your local calls, man. You're not calling around the country. You at home today?
I was excited to see a 210 number pop up on my phone for the first time. It was fantastic.
Yeah, we're glad to have you, brother.
I'm playing a home game right now.
Well, yeah, you are playing the homer. For those of you who don't know, you've become a kind of a sports writer bon vivant. You get to write the fun stuff and do the office stuff and write the really cool stories in our sports universe. And your new book, Expensive Basketball, really kind of hits a note that I think a lot of San Antonians feel. And I loved the read of your book and the way you talked about Kobe Bryant. And so before we go any further, I wanted you to explain to me I don't get the title, especially as we're trying to build this $1 billion stadium. Expensive basketball. It does kind of play into a lot of different things. But where did the name come from?
The name comes from, I just wanted something that felt important, right? The book essentially is about basketball things that feel important, that feel meaningful, that make you feel something. And the word expensive just seemed to fit that, because it's a thing that people you don't have to have it explained to you to understand it, right? And the hypothetical that I propose in the introduction is, were somebody to show you a video of Ray Allen shooting a jump shot and a video of Joakim Noah shooting a jump shot, and then they just asked you, which of these is more expensive? You wouldn't know why you know the answer to that question, but you would know it's the Ray Allen video for some reason. I don't know. There's something tells me that that's what it is. It's like this intuitive thing, this implicit thing, that when you're watching a basketball game and you see Tim Duncan in the post, well, that feels expensive. That feels important and meaningful. You know what I mean? It just is like a thing that happens inside of you. And so I wanted a title that represented that, a book that represented that. Now here we are.
Shea Serrano here, our guest. Expensive Basketball is his new book. I'd be remiss if we didn't ask you, we'll get back to the book, what your thoughts are on this project, Marvel. If you think that the city would be making, what kind of a mistake would they be making if they didn't do this? And would San Antonio ever recover as not just as a basketball city, but as a pro sports market?
Oh man, I'm a big old chicken, let me tell you. And as soon as they started even having Spurs games at all in Austin, I was like, I don't like it. I don't like what's happening now. And so when the sort of implicit threat that got dangled of we need a new arena, the Spurs, there's a chance they could leave if there's nobody has ever come out outright and just said that. But just the fact that it's in the air, I'm like, I'm nervous. Take all of my money and build the stadium, please. Don't let me lose my Spurs.
And Shea, they don't have to take any of your money. That's just it. We're taking other people's money. We're taxing foreigners that live abroad, so that you don't have to do anything other than just go vote for those, and you don't have to worry about anything coming across and having to pay for anything. Now, your fandom with basketball is a lot like a lot of San Antonians, and I love the way you talked about Kobe Bryant in the book, because much like you, Kobe was an enemy of mine for most of my basketball fandom. I didn't like Kobe. I didn't care about Kobe. But when it came to the end of Kobe's career, especially a very specific game where he went and got it, that was probably the most expensive moment, using your terminology, and for me, as far as Kobe, because I never appreciated him till the end. I hated him.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. The player that I hated the most of any basketball player, because he was the player I was the most afraid of. It felt like he was always sticking the knife in the Spurs, always, for like the entirety of his career. And yeah, so this thing happens where the end of his career rolls around and you're watching this final game. And it was literally the first time that I felt myself rooting for Kobe Bryant, was when he got hot against Utah in this otherwise meaningless game where he's scoring 60 points and shooting 50 shots and doing all this ridiculous stuff. And it was like, oh my God, is this what Kobe fans have been feeling their whole lives? Like, this is an incredible feeling, right? It's very exciting. But yeah, the thing happens. Like a similar thing for me happened with Shaq when he retired, and I found myself defending Shaq in his like post-playing career. People are like, Shaq couldn't play in the NBA today. Are you kidding me? The guy that I watched, the most dominant player ever, couldn't play into like, you start defending the guys who you hated. Dirk, I hated Dirk, but I defend him now afterwards. And you know, when Kobe's career was over, I was like, you realize these are the guys that you went to war against, and you realize even the worst like wounds heal into cool battle scars. And like, that's the guy that you stood across from, or you watched your player stand across from. The color of the relationship changes when they're no longer like a full-on threat.
One of the things you touch on in your book is close to me, because I am, like, Rob's a basketball purist. He's a basketball fan. I think you are as well. But you talk about sports betting and how it has come into the game in a way that you don't particularly love. My argument would be, I don't know that I would watch basketball if I couldn't bet on basketball. So like, I really do think there is I think there's arguments for and against it. Like if you want your sport to be like pure and what you love, then you probably don't want it. But if you ever want your sport to grow, I think the way that like what fantasy football has done for the NFL, I think it's certainly a part of the equation. What's your general thoughts on how wagering has come into your game?
I feel like this is my personal opinion because I've never been a gambling guy, right? So it doesn't appeal to me at all in that sense. And I'm perfectly happy to watch a basketball game without having bet on it. But I feel like just because of my age, I'm 44 years old. I feel like if you're gambling on a sport, it's only cool if you're doing it with like a guy in a trench coat in an alley and he's like flipping a coin and telling you something like that's what if you're going to gamble on sports, do it in a cool way, not on your cell phone with like a parlay. Like I want like a seedy underground character trying to get me to gamble. I don't want Jason Tatum trying to sell me parlays. You know what I mean? Like that's how I think it should be. That's what happened
to Chauncey Billups, man. Don't go that way.
Exactly.
Don't do that. Shea Serrano, I want to tell everybody, this is Shea Serrano. He's San Antonio's own. You went to Southwest High School. You're a teacher here in San Antonio, and you made the jump to, I don't know, what would you call yourself? Are you a journalist, a humorist, a writer? How do you define who you are now?
I think I just go with writer. I also was a teacher in Houston. I taught there for 9 years. But yeah, I grew up here in San Antonio. We moved back here in 2018, and yeah, I'm a writer. I just write about stuff that I care about, and from a very fortunate position right now. But that's what it is, a writer.
And you've also written the preeminent book on The Office. If there's it is the piece de resistance for all of us Office fans. You have the book that goes along with it. Your basketball and other things are just phenomenal books. If you're a sports fan, you've got them all on the shelves. And the newest one, Expensive Basketball, hitting now. You can get it at Barnes & Noble.
You can get it, yeah. Anywhere you buy books, it's there.
So this seems to be a book about the emotions of basketball fan. And one of the things that one of my most controversial things in my lore is that I quit a basketball team. Like I quit loving a basketball team. I grew up a huge Rockets fan. And I was a Rockets fan from, I grew up in the area, and you fall in love with it. I was Hakeem and Clyde. I saw them win. I saw I even loved like Yao Ming and Tracy McGrady. I loved these teams.
Yeah.
And then James Harden came around and he killed, even though there was team success, he killed my joy. Like I did not like watching the Rockets anymore. And because Rocket fan was so obsessed with this guy, it made my emotions were, I don't want anything to do with this team anymore. And now even with him gone, I don't have any emotional attachment to the Rockets anymore. Do you think that's an absurd take that a player can kill your love for a team?
I don't think that's an absurd take at all. I think it's hilarious.
Shea Serrano earlier today on the Morning Huddle. And if you missed any of that interview, be sure to check it out in our audio vault powered by AA Best Bail Bonds at sasportstar.com. Of course, he joined via the Buyers Barricades guest line that provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com. We'll wrap up a furious day at the trade deadline, which is wild to say because usually that is not the NFL, including the moves that Jerry Jones made. Could they be enough to help turn this season around, or is it too little, too late? We'll discuss when we come back here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at sasportstar.com.
The following is a dramatization. Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7. So you never miss a customer lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments, including pills, chews, and more, 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
A blown left headlight is making Erica's drive to her son's soccer game darker and darker. So she goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Where a friendly AutoZoner finds her 2 new bulbs.
These lights have the most clarity.
And helps her get back on the road so she can brighten her drive and the cheering section.
All right, all right.
See clearer and drive safer with new lights. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Nigel, why is there a giant turkey standing on my desk?
That's Harold.
Well, then whisper these words, Nigel. Deep fried. From all of us at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we hope your Thanksgiving is filled with food, family, and fellowship. We couldn't ask for a better community to be a part of. So thank you and happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
It's Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pledger here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Appreciate y'all rolling through with me tonight. Busy day in the NFL, and I'll tell you, Jerry Jones, he stayed true to his word. He made some moves, and they weren't small ones. Logan Wilson, I think he's going to be a big upgrade for the linebacking core. Is something that needed help. They're going to come out of the bye week. They're going to have DeMarvion Overshown back as well. That's going to completely revamp that linebacking room. You're getting Revel back. You can put him, Deron Bland back in the slot, hopefully. And Kalen Carson has played well. I think that will help. You're getting healthy in the secondary again. Hopefully Donovan Wilson comes back. You've got Wanye Thomas. And then just your ability to add a Quinnen Williams, who is, in my opinion, the best defensive tackle in the NFL. And plop him next to whether it's Osa Odigizua or Kenny Clark or whoever you want to, with the way that Donovan Ezeraku is coming on the outside, and then Sam Williams and the rotation of Dante Fowler and everybody else, this could be a completely different defense you see in the second half. And the ability of having a Quinnen Williams who can push the pocket and help to defend the run. Maybe that gets to be able to play Matt Eberflus's system the way it's intended to be played, to where there aren't the miscommunications anymore, because it is being communicated correctly, and they do and can get pressure with just their front four without having to blitz. Maybe that's a good thing. And Dak Prescott last night at the podium said, these trades could be the spark of something, because they were in a very similar situation not too long ago.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it's a big value guy that's is going to come in and make a difference and have an immediate impact. He can do so much good. Been a part of one of those, forget how many years ago it was, but it was Amari Cooper, right? Signing him on the bye week or going into the bye week, and we're able to, get something going a few weeks later. I know we lost that first week. I think we had him on a Monday night, but we ended up getting it back rolling and put a streak together. And that's what this league's about. It's about creating streaks, win streaks, and getting hot and putting yourself in a better position than you were or you are at this moment. So that's still in front of us. A lot of games left to be played. We can still get a streak going. Obviously that would help, but I think as important as that as anything is us getting some answers to these issues that we have and getting healthy.
And that's Amari Cooper right there. That's the thing that could turn this season around, because you think about it, it's about who's hot at the end of the year. That usually leads to it's not who starts the hottest, although that helps. If you get hot at the right time, you can ride that wave of success through the playoffs, into the postseason, into the Super Bowl or a championship game. And that's kind of what they're betting on. Do I think it's too late? No. They're only a couple of games back, 2.5 games back of Philly. They've still got a game against Philly on the schedule. If they can put this together quickly during this bye week with the pieces they have coming back, it could be different. Now, the Houston Texans, that's a whole nother story. I feel like this is a lost season. You've wasted one of the greater defensive performances in the NFL by doing nothing. This is a team that's allowing like 15 points a game. Like, you just have to score a couple of touchdowns to win, and the Texans can't competently do that. And I feel, because this is eventually, it won't this year, but it's eventually going to come back on DeMeco Ryans if they can't figure out this offense. You're wasting and by doing nothing, you're wasting this defense's potential and what could be a Super Bowl caliber defense with how it's performed. And not only that, you're wasting CJ Stroud, you're wasting the rookie contracts of both him and Will Anderson, and you may be breaking CJ Stroud. It's all feels like malpractice on how you handle these situations, to do nothing at the trade deadline, to do anything to help maybe inject some life into this offense that the defense doesn't need a lot. It needs 18 points a game, 20 points a game from you. And you can't even do anything to try and fix that. That is a shame. Couple minutes left. If you're online, good luck. We will talk to you tomorrow when it comes down to Project Marvel and props A and B. We will see how everything turned out. Plus, the college football playoff. It is coming up next. We're keeping an eye on all that. Don't forget, start your morning with it, Rob and AJ. Call your loved ones, check on them. You never know what people are going through in life, and I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow to see how this all shakes out. This has been Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
And attention, Dallas Cowboy fans, Twin Peaks is giving away epic Cowboys jerseys all season long just for catching a game at one of the 4 San Antonio area locations. Get to Twin Peaks for every Cowboys game for your chance to win. Ask your Twin Peaks girl for more details.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and